Hello everyone, I'm John, lead analyst and founder of JP Strategic Investments, and welcome to our weekly investor update. This week we're going to talk about a few updates from Tesla's Battery Day, and we're also going to talk about how we're watching Tesla's stock, where we might be buying in at certain points and other things like that. And then we're going to talk about what we're going to be looking at next week as well with other stocks, as well as just the market in general leading up to the presidential debates and the elections. So before we get into those things though, there's a few important things that I want to go over for our subscribers here, for anybody else that watches our videos. So some of you may be wondering why we haven't put out a video yet on Battery Day since it happened all the way back on Tuesday, or why we don't put updates on things periodically through the week as they happen. Well, we do have a website, first of all, where we post different articles and things like that about important events that happen with our stocks, especially if it's something that we may not have covered in one of our videos. We also have a Twitter and a Facebook as well, where we put out different information. And then finally, we do have our Discord server that anyone is welcome to join. The invite link is in the description to all of our videos. And in that Discord server, you get updated every time we make any major trades. And you also get access to us, our thoughts and opinions. You can ask us different questions, anything like that. So if you're looking for more regular updates or more in-depth updates as far as exactly what we're doing with our portfolio, or if you just have any questions for us, definitely join that Discord server. It gives you a lot more access to us when you want it. So that being said, if you're a subscriber or you watch our videos regularly and you would much rather have us do videos throughout the week when events happen and give our analysis as soon as possible on that, rather than just consolidate them into these weekly updates, please let us know in the comments below, because we want to make sure we're serving our audience as best we possibly can. So with that being said, let's get into this week's update. So first of all, Tesla's Battery Day. We did put out an article on this that day. So basically this is going to be huge for Tesla. I would definitely check out our article that we put out on this because it goes into a little more detail. But essentially, we think this is going to be a game changer as far as their automotive business. And one of the things that a lot of people aren't talking about is how this could affect their energy storage business. So from the automotive standpoint, the cost to make the battery is roughly estimated to be 25 to 35% of the cost for them to make their cars, depending on the car and the battery size. But for their energy storage business, the battery is a much larger cost, probably close to 70, maybe even 80% of the cost to manufacture things like power walls and the power packs and their other energy storage products. So for that business, this is going to be even bigger because it'll allow them to save much more on production and maximize their profits. So overall, we think Battery Day was a huge success. Obviously, the stock did drop after and has since kind of partly recovered. So we did put out an article just recently about what our reentry strategy would be with this one, especially from a technical analysis standpoint, because as a stock tends to drop, especially with panic selling and things like that, it tends to focus more on the technicals than the fundamentals as it's dropping like that. So I would definitely check that article out. You can see what exactly our reentry strategy is with Tesla. But basically, just to give you the gist of it, we're looking at some support levels. And we don't think the stock will actually drop too much more, but we do have a strategy put together if it does continue to drop as far as where we will buy and at what points we will buy. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out on our website as well. So that was kind of the main thing that we were focusing on last week. As far as the coming week goes, like I said, we will be watching Tesla stock to see where it goes. But we're also going to be starting to focus a lot more on the upcoming election, especially with the first presidential debate coming up this week. So we've talked about this in our Discord group, in our Discord server. So again, if you do want more information on exactly what we're doing, what we're focusing on, you can jump in there. But basically, a couple of the things that we've started to do are we've actually bought a little bit into XPXS, which is a short leveraged fund of the S&P 500. So kind of just hedging ourselves against what we think could be a fairly decent drop leading up to the election, or even just after the election as well. And we've also bought some UVXY calls, which is a leveraged fund that tracks the VIX, which is the kind of volatility measure of the market. So basically what we're thinking leading into the election is there is a decent possibility that we could get a lot more civil unrest. We've seen a lot more of the riots, and we think especially with things like the Supreme Court Justice nomination and other things like that, we do think there could be a lot more of that, which could cause some turbulence in the markets. And we also think that just the kind of nature of this election, with how heated the debates have been about whether or not election results will be accepted, or the mail-in voting and everything going on around this election, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty coming into this election, and historically the markets don't like uncertainty. So we're just kind of starting to prepare for that. And again, we'll let you know in future updates, or if you do join our Discord server, how exactly we're going to prepare for that and what trades we're making in respect to that. So that's pretty much it for this week. Let us know if you have any questions, and again, let us know if you have any suggestions about how we can reconfigure our YouTube videos. And other than that, have a great week, everybody.